Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Jam in the Jungle. You probably noticed that we're a monkey down today. That's because Ross is actually holding the camera. Alright, so just now you've just got me and Greg, but what we're actually way to do is we're way to do the progression for our warm-up that we normally do with our clients. So you guys should already be doing your squats, press-ups and split squats just as we challenged you. And now what we're going to do is, that was a stabilisation warm-up. Alright, that was the stabilisation part. What we're away to do now is the mobilisation side of things. Alright, so we're away to start helping you guys lengthen out your spine. Alright, so stabilisation and mobilisation, two very different things, but just as equally as important. Now we're not going to discuss that too much in this actual video, but what we will do is we'll actually do a jam on the couch session about the stabilisation and mobilisation, what the differences are and the benefits thereof. Alright, but right now what we're going to do is show you the progression of our squat routine. Alright, so I'm going to actually coach Greg through the movement, through the sequence, and Greg is purposely going to make the same mistakes that you guys are probably going to make at home as well when you're doing this workout for the first time. That will then give me an opportunity to actually coach him and in turn actually coach you guys. Okay, so if you remember with your squats, you want to set your feet square in line with your hips and shoulders and slightly point your toes out. Okay? From here, you're now going to put your hands on the inside of your thighs. Alright, and from that position, you're now going to lower your hips down and get the hands right down to the ground so that your elbows are on the inside of your knees. Make sure you're always looking forward at the same time and start to lower yourself down through your heels. Good. And then you push up through the heels. I'm going to get Greg to do this just a couple of times so that you guys can see. By keeping his hands in line with his knees, he's making sure that his back is nice and straight. He's always looking forward, and it's also making sure that his hips are tucking underneath him, so you're getting good hip rotation, you're getting a good little pelvic tilt there. Alright? So what we're going to get Greg to do now is an extension of that so we can really start working the spine. So he's going to get back to his hands on the inside of his thighs, but this time once he squats down, as he comes up, we're now going to go into a rotation of the spine. Alright, so down you go Greg, head up, as you come up, twist, good, and right back down. But what we need Greg to do now is we need to start helping him get a little bit more rotation out of his spine. So what he's going to do after he's done one more rotation, next time he goes down and to the left, he's going to pivot his back foot. So if Greg squats down, reaches up, twists that heel round. What he's doing now, he's being able to rotate his hips and bring his spine a little bit more into play. So he's going to squat down and up to the other side. Good. He's going to keep on going down, and you need to make sure that you're pivoting that foot all the way around. By swinging that hip around, you're helping that spine really get a good bit of twisting action. You're getting that rotation. And what Greg is also doing is he's reaching as high as he can. Alright, you will feel this in your lower back and you will also feel this in your upper back. Alright, it's an absolutely fantastic move guys, especially for those of you out there who are golfers or you play any sport that requires you to get that rotation through your hips and rotation through your thoracic spine up between your shoulder blades. Okay? By doing this exercise guys, what you're actually helping yourself with is you'll reduce your back pain if you have it, and if not, you will eliminate it. You will also reduce your pain in your lower back and in your hip, in your shoulders, in your neck. It is an absolute fantastic move for lengthening out that spine and really helping you get that rotation. So for those of you who have predominantly office-based jobs where you're sat down an awful lot, you get a lot of compression of the spine. Alright, the body isn't meant to sit in that position for the length of time that we actually do it. So this is a great one that I'm not saying you have to do this in your work because you'll look a little bit daft when you do that, but it's an absolute great one for really lengthening out your spine and helping you get that movement through your hips. I mean, how did you feel doing that, Greg?
Felt good. I mean, the main thing that I seem to notice as well when it comes to doing this with my clients is when they're coming up, a lot of them keep the feet still, but reach right round with their hands. And I think you've got to be a wee bit more controlled rather than reaching all the way around because that's putting a wee bit more pressure on your spine than you're actually asking for it to do.
Yeah.
So So that's why you add in that turn. And even if you're at home, grab a towel and have them like shoulder width apart so that you know when you're coming up, you're not having your hands too close together and trying to reach too far round. So that when you're coming up, your hands are staying like shoulder width apart and you're really compressing, opening up the chest as well as twisting through the spine. But that feels good on my lower back and my hips because generally I'm really tight around this area. And when I was doing that, even just turning my foot could get more of a rotation through the spine, whereas when my feet were still and I wasn't turning the toe, I wasn't able to turn as much because of the tightness I have in this area, which I need to work on through flexibility as well.
Absolutely, yeah. This is one that, you know, before Greg came here to visit us at Jam, he didn't know too much about this move. But ever since doing it, he's been able to unlock that pressure in his lower back, and he still has a pain in the ass, and he still is a pain in the ass, but it's just not as bad for him anymore.
Alright.
Alright, so that's the extension and the progression that we have from moving from the squat into a mobilization move. Alright, so it's a squat with spinal rotation. So that's it for today, guys. Get practicing that one. Tomorrow we'll bring you the progression from your press up. Stay tuned, guys. We'll see you next time.